And good evening, everybody. This is Joseph Crudup. Well, this is Thursday, February the 11th, 2021. We're talking about what will happen here today, and this is what's happening. Though we do have some rain in the forecast, it's gonna be out all day, and it's gonna keep going on. And we talk about those stuff we're doing. Yes, always known about what to do on TV and where to get to doing something on TV. Just go ahead and go right ahead. We'll keep looking for it 24 times a day. You're just going to say what you're going to say. You're not going to hear what I'm going to say. Because, if we live right, doing some stuff's going on if we live right. And that's what it might be. So now, the time is right. It's going up for East already. I now know everything about this and how it might be and how it will be, but what I'm saying was, it's February, 3 more days until Valentine's Day, 3 more days until the season opened, the Daytona 500. The football season was over with until in the beginning of next fall. And that's what you know how it goes, and you know how it's gonna get into it. I'm finding this thing that we don't know and just know what it is and what it might be. And yes, we talk about some stuff, we talk about action, we talk about everything. We talk about anything that goes around. What goes around comes around. Now, I'd like to say hello to my friends on YouTube. I'd like to say hello to each and everybody, and that's what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing so far is in the past now. But anyway, let's go to the news on seeing what's happening here and what's happened here so far. We're talking about the latest breaking news and all around the world. Now, I'm seeing now. Here's the news that what has happened. This weather right here, they say there's going to be some ice and freezing rain here on this rail. And it might be start to rain. It's going to rain all day, 90%. It's going to rain all day and tomorrow morning, 90%, 80%. Yep. The weather was it's not kind of bad, but it's a lot of rain going on. The 4 cases, it might be. But this is what has happened yesterday. I find that it really happened yesterday here. There was a big pileup, a big crash up there in the highway section on the freeway. It happened last night or this morning. But what has happened here now? What I saw was
Can we use your home to showcase one of our new
a deadly crash up there in Mid-Atlantic in Texas. Now, here's a look at this for us. It says the deadly pileup traps drivers shut Fort Wayne Interstate. Tens of thousands without power from Texas to Mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look what all went wrong here. That looks like this. And it goes to something like this. Here's what has happened. First, a massive pileup involving dozens of vehicles on the ice in Texas interstate, trapping drivers in their cars and shut down the board indefinitely. At least 6 people were killed in a pileup on the Interstate 35 in Fort Wayne, Texas. That involves as many as 100 vehicles. Officer Daniel Soligar of the Fort Worth Police Department told Velo.com multiple police were trapped in down vehicles. The Fort Wayne Fire Department reportedly and rescuers had trouble reaching them because of the ice on the road. And Mid-Star Ambulance was also involved in a crash that happened about 6 a.m. CST Thursday. That was on Thursday morning. We're going vehicle by vehicle to make sure that anybody that is still trapped in their vehicle has been extended executed, if possible. There's a lot of vehicles to go through. Fort Wayne Fire Department Policy Information Officer Mike DeValera said at the brief. At least 36 people were taken to the hospitals. MedStar spokesperson Matt Zavalegi said at the brief about 10 on Thursday, several people were critically injured, and he said some people remain trapped in their vehicles hours after the crash. Buses were on the scene to help motorists warm up once they were freed from their cars. Zelensky said, adding that medics were worried about hazard thermometers because temperatures were in the mid-20s. Officer Soga told the Star Triangle police officer also was involved in the crash. The officer was in stable condition, he said. I-35 was closed in both directions, north or downtown, and was set to remain shut down for several hours. From Texas to Tennessee and into the mid-Atlantic, motorists found hazardous road conditions, and tens of thousands of homes and businesses lost power this morning because of winter storms chilling. Officers warning people to stay off the roads, and multiple crashes were reported overnight into Thursday morning. A pileup involving 26 vehicles was reported on State Highway 45 in Austin, Texas at 8:20 a.m. Thursday. In Dallas, police say on one person died in a motor vehicle pileup about 11:15 p.m. on Interstate 45, according to KXAS. Less than 2 hours later, police said 2 people were killed and a dog was hospitalized in critical condition in another crash on Interstate 45. KXAS report. Police in Arlington, Texas said they have response to 82 crashes from 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Wednesday to Thursday at 7. Let me say this again. Police in Arlington, Texas said they have responded to 82 crashes for 10 p.m. Wednesday to 7 a.m. Thursday. A jackknife semi-truck blocking some lanes on the interstate near 30 Little Rock, Arkansas about 5:30 a.m. KTHV report. Breezes will flows over across Memphis, Tennessee, according to WMC TV, and parts of I-40 and I-69 were covered with ice in Tennessee and Mississippi. Several vehicles were involved in a crash on I-242 at 1 I-40 in Memphis. Venable report. WDRB reporting that freezing rain and snow left streets in Kentucky and Indiana covered with snow and ice early Thursday. Multiple collisions occurred on I-65 between mile marking 58 and 71 in Hunt County, Kentucky, and that traffic was at standstill at mile market 67. Kentucky State Patrol Trooper Daniel Brady said more than 20 crashes were reported in Louisville, Kentucky between 11 p.m. on Wednesday and 9 a.m. on Thursday, according to WAS, including a multiple vehicle crashes on Freedom State, 71 at Balboa Lane, and motor vehicle crashes involving an external smaller trailer closed at I-24 in Kentucky's Christian County about 8 a.m. Thursday, according to Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Kentucky Governor Andy Bansville announced he had declared a state of emergency to free up funding and boot credentials across the agencies as we respond to this weather crisis in a way that can keep all Kentuckians safe. More than 158,000 customers had no electric as of noon, according to Power Us that includes more than 67,000 homes and businesses in Kentucky, over 46,000 in West Virginia, and 10,000 plus in Tennessee. According to ice cars, a communicating ice causes lambs and the entire trees to toppling onto power lines. Hundreds of school districts canceled classes because of the storm. Crews at Pittsburgh International Airport worked Thursday morning to remove a Delta Airlines flight that slid off a taxiway about 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, WPSI reported. The rail was receiving heavy snow at the time, WPSI reported. No injuries were reported among the 77 people on board. So this is how what's happening here. Unfortunately, but I gotta tell you, this is the scariest stuff that this interstate but this whole stuff's going on here. When I saw on Facebook on that video, I saw the truck. Came all those vehicles, smashing the vehicles. Those people were trapped on their cars. They couldn't get no help. They couldn't get any help because they're stuck on the interstate. They're stuck on the interstate before that happened. I see a lot of wrecks on that video. I seen a lot of wrecks on that video that couldn't get out, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families here today. They just couldn't get out of the vehicles. It took several hours. It will take several hours here to get in now. People were in critical condition. We're at the hospitals today. In critical condition. And boy, just pray for them. Pray for them that they can have fully recovered. Now let's go to Now we're going to the coronavirus update, folks. Like I said this before, this coronavirus update. Well, I know that Joe Biden was doing his thing. Here's the news. In North Carolina, let's go to just like we saw. People had a vaccine now. The NC House passed this bill requiring schools to offer an in-person learning option. It says, Raleigh, North Carolina says, here's what has happened here, folks. Now, Will Cooper Okay, let's go to WRL.com and let's take a look. It says the State House quickly passed a massive Thursday that will force school districts across North Carolina to reopen their doors to students who want to option of in-person learning during the coronavirus pandemic. The 74-44 vote sent Senate Bill 37 back to the Senate for a final vote, but senators kept knocking it off the fast track disagreement with changes made by the House and signing a conference commitment to negotiate compulsions. Now, the compromise. House Democrats called the legislative needless government overreached nothing 90% of North Carolina school districts had already reopened and remember a plan to do so. Now there's nobody that wants to reopen that can't really reopen right now. House Maryland Leo Robert Rivera said, I don't see that the need to mandate anything if we're all in agreement that we need to reopen schools, says Raymond Smith, Dwayne. There's a much better way to do that by giving local school boards to have the ability to make that decision for themselves. We can't keep unspoiled the authority on who was elected at the local level, says Rep. James Governor Dinas. Governor Ward Cooper has expressed smaller results about the bill, saying decisions about reopening should be left up to local boards. Still, he orders this last week to get more students in classrooms. Rep. John Bolivar, our American Board, says Cooper's statement is fine, but the state needs to have a requirement in place so district can't waffle on the issue. House Major Leader John Bell noted that his long daughter has struggled along to read online kindergarten classes and is desperate to go to school more than 2 days a week. The science and data is very clear. Schools are safe to reopen, says Bell. Our schools are accessory, and our students mail. The bill will give school districts 2 weeks to plan before getting students back into their classrooms safety, at least part-time. It also will require the option of full-time in-person learning for all special needs students. Families that want to continue with more than learning can do so. Schools will have to follow all safety guidelines, including 6 feet of distancing for students in middle schools and high schools. The way current public school system receiving surveillance principles, or whether they could keep students 6 feet apart if students attend school daily or on a weekly basis. For middle schools, 85% said they could only if students attend schools in Walter. Only 5% said they could maintain enough distancing if the entire student body attended daily. For high schools, 93% said they could maintain 6 feet of distance if students attend in Walter. None said they could do they can do it if it's students attending daily. The House Senate changed the bill on Wednesday, allowing teachers who are at high risk for consequences from COVID-19 who care for children or adults who are high risk to adoptions out of in-person instructions. But the Republican major backed several Democrat sponsors amendments to change the bill even more, such as including shelter schools giving districts more time to plan or giving districts more control over the amount of requirement distancing classrooms. So that's what they're doing. And yes, that was important. They all know they're going to get 2 weeks before schools open. The schools will be open for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, they'll be all good if the schools are safe. Now the news for today, we had about in the total in Granville County, 4,944 total cases and 74 deaths. In total in North Carolina, we had 814,000, 10,330 deaths. Wow. Boy, I wish I'd be glad this over. The vaccines are right now. Now here are the vaccines. Now the vaccines are now that was contained the total death vaccines on February the 10th. Doses given 1,336,079 doses given. Doses per 100 people. Well, okay, that's about it. Well, anyway, that's how it goes. Now, let's take a look back 9 years ago. We all know the day that Whitney Houston, who died, passed away at the age of 46, would be 55. I mean, she would be 55. So Whitney Houston was a nice. Now we all know Whitney Houston, one of the pop singers, the queen of pop, the nice singers here, was in love. She was a good singer. I remember her when she was a singer when that was back in 1985, 86, or it was 1 and 2. And I do remember the song, The Greatest Love of All. Whitney Houston is one a queen and a legend. And she is always doing. And I do remember singing that song, I Will Always Love You. That was in late 1992. Whitney Houston, I Always Love You. She was good. She was singing really good when I was 8. And she liked it. I remember that song. It was really touched our hearts. Really touched our hearts. It probably made everybody want to cry. The whole bit that I do know is I know I always love, for the love of my heart, that she always loved so much to do it, that everybody wanted to know what Whitney Houston is, and she is what she is right now. I love that song. Before she passed away on this day, February 11th, 2012, it really shocked everybody. Really shocking. That was the drawback. I think she was a nice lady. She's a nice woman and a nice lady. Even though Bobby Brown knows it, even though everybody knows it. 3 years later, she was a gospel before Bobby Kristen passed 3 years later on July. So anyway, you know how it's gonna be. It's gonna be just like in the dance now. Now, folks, Joseph Crudup will be here on this premiere, start at 10 o'clock. So be sure you get ready. Be sure you're gonna see it. So this is gonna be awesome to see it, and you're gonna be doing this in the days to come. So please, everybody, know this video. Subscribe, and you can look everything you want. Before I let you go, I'd like to say everybody to say had a great day and had a good day because you know what? Before we do this, before I go, let's take a look at this in the that we start here. Now, it's gonna be raining all day. It's gonna be raining all day, and we do have winter mix starting tomorrow. The winter mix, rain and snow, and might be some ice. Might be some ice on the wall, and I know y'all hate it. Y'all gonna be hated for real. And it's gonna be tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop for real. It's gonna get worse, and until the sun comes out. Might be and Friday as well. And next Saturday is gonna be the sun when it come out. Hopefully, we're gonna have some snow. Hopefully, it will be sun on the 20th, and it's gonna keep happening. Maybe 1 month, so probably in the next couple of weeks, maybe looking out for real. So anyway, but it's still raining out here. It's still raining out here, folks. So about to head off there, and we'll see. I'm probably gonna see you tomorrow, same time at 10 o'clock, right here on G2 on the Joseph Crudup Network. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.